Okay, in this lesson today, I'm going to talk more about the octave key. Okay, so it's not a playing video, it's just making sure you've got your saxophone set up properly. I've had quite a few pupils over the years saying, oh, my octave key isn't working, or I'm not getting the high notes, or I can't get into the low notes because the high notes keep coming out and when they're not actually pressing the octave key. So I thought I might just try and explain any mysteries behind this. Okay, so with the octave key, the way that it works, as we well know, we press that bit there with our thumb, because our thumb is usually just there, isn't it? All right, press that with our thumb, and it lifts up what we call the octave key here, all right, on the crook. We're releasing that. That means there's air coming out of that, and it would give us the high note. As soon as we drop our thumb off of that, it closes, or should close. Okay, and then we get the lower notes out. There is another octave key as well that's used, okay, which is this here, all right, and on some of the notes there's a little key in there which lifts up as well on some of the notes. Really important you have your saxophone set up correctly, all right. So over here, this is our crook here, and it's set up so that it lifts up over our saxophone here, and you can see that there, you've got a rod here, and this needs to be over it, okay, not underneath it. So that's correct like that. I'll just see if I can do it the other way. Just bear with me a second. I might be able to. Oh, I don't want to jam. No, I can't quite get it around the other way because I was hoping that I'd be able to demonstrate it. Not, but oh, there we are. Right, okay, I'm going to leave mine as it is because I can't actually do it around the other way. All right, but that's how you should have it. So that crook, that arm of the crook goes over your rod, which is just here. All right, so that should then close this up quite nicely. All right, should close that. All right, now the other thing to be aware of, and I'm just going to take my saxophone apart slightly for this. If I can, there we are. The other thing to be aware of is that this rod here, which the what we just talked about, which the sort of like the bracket of the crook goes over. All right, there should be a gap between the main body of the saxophone and that. Okay, so make sure there is a gap there because it should be. All right, okay. Now, if you haven't got a gap there, and there should be, you can try very gently trying to move it. All right, just very gently try and move it so that there is a gap. Try and just move it slightly, maneuver it so that when it sits back down there is a gap. Okay, very, very carefully though. If you're not confident about doing that, you will need to seek out a repairer to do that. Okay, all right. Then it should work. We should have then, all right, you should be able to get your low note and your high notes as well. Okay, now when you're doing the D, you will notice that for D and F, so yeah, so for D, which is all 6 fingers, E and F, when we do this one, when we put the octave key on, this bit doesn't come up like it does for your A's, B's and C's. That's because it should be lifting what we call the second octave key. Okay, I don't know if you can see that. It's just, I'm just trying to see where we are. There we are. It's just in there, it's just lifting up. Okay, yeah, so it's just hidden to the side there and it will lift that. If it's not lifting at all, then it obviously is not going to create the higher note, okay, or if it's stuck open as it might be. So it's worth just checking again that is actually closing as well if you're getting problems. All right, and if you are constantly getting problems and you're not sure from this video, there are plenty of resources. If you look on the internet and if you look at, so if you Google something like saxophone octave problems, or octave key problems. There'll be a whole load of things that come up, and probably more detailed videos from woodwind repairers. So that means that they are experts in their field at repairing saxophones and might be able to give you a little bit more of a detailed explanation. Okay, but hopefully that at least will bring you aware as to what is wrong and what you might need to search for. Okay, thank you.